You know, we've been talking to men who suffer from explosive anger and how it's been affecting their families' lives and the people that they love. But women also suffer from these same issues. My next guest says her anger is ruining her marriage and affecting her children. Please welcome Tammy and her husband Perry to the show. Welcome to the show. Let's talk about it. How do you think your anger is affecting your family?
It is affecting my family due to the fact of my anger usually does not happen except every couple months. And then I feel like I don't have that release. And so I feel like when somebody just continues to pick, I blow up. Okay,
Perry, she says happens every couple of months. Is that true or is that not true? And be honest. Look at me. Look at him. Look over here.
I'd say that's probably not true.
Okay, now let's talk about what it is more, because I'm going to tell, let's give an example of what this is. You were driving down the road the other day. Driving down the road, right? Mm-hmm. And you were talking to him. He was driving.
He was driving, yeah.
You were driving.
Yeah.
Now watch this. He's driving. She's talking. Saying something. I'm not trying to make fun. Look, see, look at her face. When I went like this. Look at that. She just thinks that just because at that second you were probably looking at the stop sign or something, you didn't hear something she said? Is that what it was? You did not hear her.
Right.
What ended up happening to the drive and the ride that you were on? What happened? No, you don't tell me. What happened, Tammy?
I said, you don't ever listen to me. And he was like, stop screaming at me. And I was like, I don't ever scream. And I was like, stop the car, stop the car. And before I waylaid him, I had to get out of the car and walk.
And then, wait, you got out of the car and stood on the side of the street screaming at your husband at the passenger room.
Yeah, and then I walked to the store and got me a Dr. Pepper.
And things were better. Things got better.
After a few minutes, but...
So, anytime you don't get, I'm just asking, what you want, when you want it, how you want it, everybody's got to pay.
Not everybody. He's more than the kids.
But the kids pay too.
Somewhat. I mean, don't take me as
I'm not saying you're an abusive mom, but the kids get yelled at. You know, is there a lot of yelling in your house or not?
Yes. Yes,
okay, you know that. I'm not saying
yes,
you're walking around hitting. I'm not trying to tell America that's what it but you are a screaming parent. Yes, sir.
She said something very important. She said, you never listen to me. That comes from your subconscious mind, which relates back to your childhood. Who didn't listen to you when you were a child?
Nobody listened to me.
There you are.
And see, wait, and then we'll go back, because you said something I thought was very funny to my producer. They didn't listen because I was the youngest, and nobody ever listened to the youngest. Wait, I was the youngest. And everybody in the house listened to me.
Because you were loud.
That's right, I was real loud. Real loud.
And the younger you are, the more you have to scream to get attention.
That's right.
But no one listened to her, no one gave her attention, and she's experiencing the same thing because she subconsciously believes that she doesn't deserve to be heard because no one heard her when she was a child. And as an adult, that's very frustrating. So she's living out again her story as a child. True or not?
Yes, to a degree.
At 14 years into your marriage, think about this, okay? Even if he becomes friends with somebody who doesn't treat him like that, what do you think your chances are of him staying in the relationship? After a while, the calluses, right, just don't keep it through anymore. I'm not saying the guys are cheated. I don't know either one of you, okay? But it becomes very, very easy to start looking outside your relationship for people who are just not going to treat you like that.
Each person has to work on their own stuff. That's how the relationship gets better.
Okay, but even after they work on their own stuff, the answer should be, you got to do it for yourself. But if you want this relationship, there's there's children involved.
Yeah,
so while we're working on ourselves, we can't let the whole world sit dormant. Those kids are a part of this. They're hearing the yelling. They see the distance between the two of you. They know that the two of you are not actually acting like maybe they're friends, mom and dad, when they go over there. Correct?
Right.
They're starting to see it. So as much as you know that this has to be dealt with, you got to deal with the way you respond, because by your tacit just running away from it and leaving it, she's going to keep doing it. So at some point in time, you're going to have to say, you're going to have to accept the fact that no, you're not a little girl. No, you're not still living in your house. No, your brothers and sisters aren't ignoring you. What's going on right this minute is your husband's trying to say to you, I'm listening, but you better listen to me. Some of this anger's got to stop, or we can't do this together. That's what really has to happen. Now, once we start fixing each other and fixing ourselves individually, you'll finally hear that. Well, and you may hear from her, I can't take it this way anymore, but you guys got to stop. Let me take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Sylvia.
Do you think this is an issue, Patrick, though, that if you spend some time, I know we need some time to do this, and we're out of time on the show, but I'm thinking about sending you backstage right now to see whether or not we might be able to just begin the process?
If she allows herself to go back and face it, actually her issue isn't that deep. It just wasn't being heard. So if she goes back and realizes, yes, you're still special, yes, you are good enough, you deserve to be heard, you have to speak up in a way that's appropriate, yeah, she can be set free.
Do you want to try this?
Sure.
How about you and Patrick go super through that door?
All right.
Right back there, and I'm going to got a room for you upstairs. Yeah, yes, sir. And we'll start that process right over here for me, right? Well, you stand with me. Because that, and I agree with Patrick that this is an individual effort, but now we're talking about how do I maintain some form of civility in my home? Teach my children civility?
Well, I think certainly a component to it is marriage counseling. You know, Patrick's not here to defend himself, but sure. That's just not my way of doing things. You know, my whole perspective on life is that people change because of hope for reward or fear of consequences. And there are consequences to both you, her, and the relationship. And I think you got to try solving some of those problems, maybe some marriage counseling and maybe some training, a communication training to help you guys learn how to communicate a little better so that you can cue her when she's going off on you so that she doesn't, you know, so she doesn't hammer you as much.
And you know, and I really believe that that's really important. What I just said, that she's going to have to learn some things, but you also now have to step up to the plate. Right now, the reason why she continues to do that, you walk away, right? It's easy. Okay. Yeah, baby.
You don't like fighting, right? You don't like conflict. Like, you don't want to cause any trouble. Just go along. But eventually, you're going to get an ulcer, you know, or a lump on your head.
And we'll get you a counselor. Dr. Salsa's upstairs. I'll get you somebody to talk to when you get home, okay?
Okay.
I'll take a little break. We'll be back. Let's see if Patrick and Tammy have made any headway whatsoever. Take a look at this.
So Tammy, we were on set together, and I identified some of the things that you say you would like to work on, and if you're willing to work on them, then I can help you. Just do a favor for me. Just look up with your eyes as high as you can go. Okay, good. And just allow yourself to take in a deep breath. When you do finally let go, you can also allow your eyes to close now. Good. Sit there feeling very, very deeply relaxed. A wonderful glass wall comes up around you to protect you. And on the other side of the glass wall in a moment, you're going to see the little girl, you, as a little child. She had some interesting experiences as a child. Well, she didn't feel that she was truly connected to anyone. To her mum, her dad, maybe even her brothers. And so ask her, is she angry at these people?
Why are you angry?
What does she say?
Because they didn't want me, they shouldn't have had me.
Oh, because she thinks that mum and dad didn't want her? Is that what she thinks?
Yes.
So as a result, what was the wall that you were using to keep people away?
Anger and bitterness and anxiety.
Now you are safe to let go of those because they no longer serve you. Open your eyes, you're fully wide awake.
I feel kind of a sense of relief saying it's okay to try to get close to Perry again. He's not going anywhere.
So you had the fear that he was, if you got close, he'd reject you or he'd abandon you, sort of, and you'd feel alone like you did when you were a child.
Pretty much. Right.
Look at you.
Well, if you want more information about explosive anger or hypnotherapy, please go on our website, montelshow.com, and we'll give you more information about Patrick. You can download some of his books and stuff of his material. We'll also download some other information that you may have.
Like my anger management.
Like your anger management book, which is on our website. So go up on our website and get all the information that you need to help see if you can solve this problem in your own home. Now, you want to know what's coming up tomorrow? Take a look at this.
Tomorrow.